Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about 10 things to know about Baha'i faith. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. The Baha'i faith is the world's newest independent religion, having emerged in Persia, Iran, in 1844. It is the world's second most commonly practiced religion with approximately 6 million adherents from nearly every ethnic, racial, socio-economic and religious context. Baha'is believe that Baha'u'llah, 1817–1892, the founder of the Baha'i faith, is the most recent in a line of divine messengers that extends far beyond recorded history and includes Abraham, Moses, Krishna, Buddha, Zoroaster, Jesus Christ and Muhammad. The core message of Baha'u'llah is that humanity is a single race and that the time has come for it to be unified into a single global society. The world is but one nation and mankind its citizens. God has set in motion historical forces that are breaking down traditional boundaries of race, class, creed, and country according to Baha'u'llah, and that will eventually give birth to a universal civilization. Baha'is are expected to participate fully in society and to uphold high personal standards of behavior. Here are 10 interesting facts about the Baha'i religion. Number 10. Baha'i administration. At the local, state, territory and national levels, elected councils are in charge of the Baha'i community's affairs. There is no priesthood or individual leadership in this world. A 9-member local spiritual assembly is elected on an annual basis in each local government area, where 9 or more adult Baha'is live to oversee the community's affairs. Baha'is who are having personal problems are encouraged to seek advice from the assembly. The offices of the assemblies have been chosen, including a chairperson and a secretary. Each year members of the local assembly in each Australian state or territory vote for a regional Baha'i council, which represents and oversees the Baha'i community's affairs at the state or territory level. There is a regional Baha'i council in the Northern Territory. The National Spiritual Assembly of the Baha'is of Australia is the Baha'i faith's governing body in Australia. The 9 members are chosen on an annual basis, much like the local assemblies. Number 9. Those who are formally members of the Baha'i Faith register with its community organization at a local or national level, and are encouraged to become actively involved with its activities. They also become subject to the provisions of Baha'i law. Religious membership is regarded as a matter of individual choice and should never be compelled. Baha'i community life is structured around their own distinctive calendar. On the first day of each Baha'i month, the Baha'is in a locality meet together for prayers, consultation on community activities and a social get-together. They also meet to observe the Baha'i holy days, commemorating various significant dates in their history, as well as their New Year celebration at the March equinox spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Additional meetings may be arranged for study of the Baha'i teachings, prayer and community development. Baha'is have a number of holy sites, some of which they perform pilgrimages to, notably at the present time the shrines of Baha'u'llah the Bab and Abdu Baha, and other places associated with their lives located in the Haifa Akka area. The Baha'is also have a small number of temples around the world which are used for devotional services and are open to non-Baha'is. Number 8. The practice of such virtues as courtesy, truthfulness, respect for and service to all humankind, the performance of pure and goodly deeds, and striving for both personal excellence and the unity and advancement of the peoples of the world can be described as Baha'i conduct. To be a Baha'i literally means to love all of creation, to love humanity, and strive to serve it, to work for universal peace and universal brotherhood. Said Abdu Baha'i, backbiting and gossiping are prohibited, and Baha'is are encouraged to behave with moderation and modesty. This requires a higher level of moral conduct that can differentiate the lives of both men and women Baha'is. Baha'is are urged not to indulge in superficial physical intimacy rituals, like indiscriminate hugging and simple familiarity, but rather, to concentrate on forming strong bonds of a deeper spiritual love with others first. Number 7. Baha'is do not have any dietary limitations. The Baha'i writings, on the other hand, emphasize the importance of nutrition in preserving and restoring good health. It is preferable to limit oneself to simple meals, when practicing moderation, and vegetarianism is encouraged. Alcohol and other habit-forming medications and intoxicants are not permitted unless they are prescribed by a physician. Although smoking is not prohibited, it is strongly discouraged. Except in the case of pregnancy, travel or illness, Baha'is between the ages of 15 and 70 do not eat food or drink between sunrise and sunset during the annual fasting time, March 2 to 20. Number 6. The Baha'i calendar is based on a solar calendar, and was created by the Bab and later accepted by Baha'u'llah. There are 19 months in a year, each with 19 days, plus 4 intercalary days, 5 in a leap year. On the vernal equinox, the 21st of March, New Year's Day, also known as Nowruz, occurs, which is a day of the year when day and night are of equal duration. The dates of the festival and holy days mentioned below do not vary from year to year due to the solar calendar. Holy days are labeled with an asterisk, and work or school should be stopped on certain days. Number 5. The family is regarded as society's most fundamental building block. A just social order must begin with peaceful and equitable family relationships. As a result, the establishment and preservation of family unity is regarded as critical, and all family members' rights must be respected. Women and men are unequivocally equivalent in the Bahá'í faith. Both within the family and within the Bahá'í society, women are fully involved in decision-making. Women, like men, may be elected to the local and national spiritual assemblies and serve as offices. Men and women are equal, but their positions are not interchangeable. Mothers, for example, are thought to play a unique role as their children's first educators. Marriage is highly recommended but not obligatory according to Baha'u'llah's Book of Laws, and is known as a fortress for well-being and salvation. To keep the family together, the pair must both freely accept that they want to marry and then seek the consent of all living parents. The only condition for the Bahá'í ceremony is that both the bride and groom recite the verse, "We will all verily abide by God's will," which serves as the Bahá'í marriage pledge. True marriage, according to Abdu Baha', is a physical and spiritual union in which they, the couple, will ever strengthen each other's spiritual existence, and may enjoy eternal unity in all the worlds of God. Monogamy and chastity are necessary practices. No sexual act may be considered lawful, unless it is committed between lawfully married persons, says chastity. There can be no lawful or safe use of the sex impulse outside of marriage. Number 4. From a Bahá'í viewpoint, true well-being entails more than just physical well-being. Emotional, intellectual, moral and physical well-being are all necessary for a person and a society to be safe. Physicians and other healthcare professionals can recognize the importance of recognizing their patients' values and religious traditions in order to provide optimum care for them, as humanity's understanding of the link between a patient's spiritual and emotional well-being and how this can impact their physical health grows. When providing treatment, it is essential to respect the patient's spiritual needs and integrity wherever possible. It is solely a matter of personal preference if a same-sex doctor is assigned to a Bahá'í. Number 3. Baha'is are strongly encouraged to promulgate their own religion and seek to alert the wider world to the imperative needs for global unity. As the Baha'i community has expanded, establishing itself globally, the Baha'is have increasingly become more socially engaged, working often with sympathetic others to establish programs for education, literacy training, the empowerment of women and minority groups, and health and community development. They also support the work of the United Nations, seeing its purposes and activities as broadly overlapping with their own. As such, the Baha'i message is not for the Baha'is alone. Number 2. Following Baha'u'llah's death, the majority of Baha'is turned to his eldest son Abbas Effendi, also known as Abdu Baha, 1844 to 1921, and then to Abdu eldest Baha's grandson Shoghi Effendi Rabbani, 1897 to 1957. Since Shoghi Effendi was childless, a 9-man elected body, the Universal House of Justice, was created in 1963 after a brief interregnum. The Universal House of Justice, which is stated many times in Baha'i writings, is the Baha'is' governing body. To this day, it is viewed as divinely guided by Baha'is. Number 1. Trying to pursue the spiritual route is essential to living a Baha'i life. This entails both a relentless effort to cultivate spiritual virtues such as freedom from earthly attachment, concern for others, kindness, truthfulness and trustworthiness, modesty, patience, chastity and self-control, avoidance of backbiting and gossip, and God-fearingness, as well as turning to God in prayer and contemplation. Religious fanaticism as well as bigotry and resentment toward people of other faiths and cultures should be avoided by Baha'is. What do you think of this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.